Kingfisher History Encyclopedia, The Middle Ages, 1101 to 1460. Kingfisher History Encyclopedia is truly global in its scope. It examines the events in all parts of the world in any given period, whether it be the Kingdom of West Africa during the Middle Ages or the Mexican Aztec Empire during the European Renaissance. This is an up-to-date, authoritative reference guide, written in a lively style that will stimulate a child's interest and make reading the books a pleasure. Lavish illustrations and detailed maps accompany the clear, concise text, which is packed with intriguing facts and tales. Special features: organised chronologically and thematically. Stunning full-colour artworks encourage children to find out more. Clearly written, vivid and authoritative text. Special features on art, architecture and technology. Illustrated biographies of important historical figures. Key date boxes give children a real sense of their own place in history. Comprehensive index. The Middle Ages, 1101 to 1460. During the Middle Ages, empires rose and fell throughout the world. Many wars were undertaken in the name of religion. In Europe, alliances were made and quickly broken, and a sense of nationalism was growing. European traders ventured as far afield as China, camel caravans trudged across the Sahara, and Venetian ships sailed the Mediterranean Sea with their goods. These were times of faith and fortune, of war and torture, famine and wealth. By the end of the Middle Ages, learning had come within the reach of everyone who could read. Introduction. Acknowledgements and contents. The world at a glance. The Crusades. Knighthood, 1100 to 1400. Henry of Anjou, 1154 to 1189. Ireland, 700 to 1350. Shoguns and samurai, 1200 to 1500. European trade, 1100 to 1450. Venice, 1100 to 1500. Charter and Parliament, 1215 to 1485. Mali and Ethiopia, 1240 to 1500. Benin and Zimbabwe, 1100 to 1480. Benin was situated in what is now southeastern Nigeria. It was the longest-lasting of the forest kingdoms of the rainforested Western Africa. Its capital, Benin City, was founded in about AD 900 and was at its most prosperous in the 15th century. The city had wide streets lined with large wooden houses and was enclosed within walls 40 kilometres long. The palace of the Oba, king, was richly decorated with bronze plaques and carvings. The city's busy merchants dealt in cloth, ivory, metals, especially bronze, palm oil and pepper. Benin was famous for its art, especially sculptures using pottery, ivory or brass. Benin flourished under the leadership of Oba Eware the Great, who ruled from 1440 to 1473. He modernized and expanded Benin. Usually warring African states made slaves of their prisoners, but Benin avoided this. So when the Portuguese began buying slaves from Western Africa in the 16th century, Benin did not join in the slave trade. This protected it against European colonialization until 1897. This lifelike ivory mask shows an Oba, or king of Benin. The Oba would have hung it round his waist on ceremonial occasions. During medieval times, there were four main kingdoms that flourished in Africa: Mali, later overwhelmed by Songhai, Ethiopia, Benin, and Zimbabwe. This Benin bronze shows an Oba seated on his throne with two subjects kneeling before him. Benin craftsmen cast bronzes by the lost wax process. A wax model was carved, then covered with clay to make a mould. The wax would be melted away, and molten bronze would be poured into the mould. Many copies could then be made using this process. Many of the peoples of Western Africa lived in tribal villages, herding animals and growing crops. The grasslands of Central Africa, shown here, were very different environments from the tropical forests of the West. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe grew prosperous from its large reserves of copper and gold, dug from over 1,000 mines. Much of it was brought from the 10th century onwards by Arab traders on the east coast. They built the only towns in southern Africa, and Zimbabwe is best known for its walled palace city, Great Zimbabwe, built between 1100 and 1400. However, little is known of the Zimbabweans. They were not great warriors, so Zimbabwe did not expand its borders by military means. Around 1450, Zimbabwe was absorbed into the Shona kingdom of Rosvi, Mwene Mutapa, named after a great chief, Mwene Mutapa. This warrior kingdom took control of most of what is Zimbabwe and Mozambique today. It continued gold and copper trading with the Arabs and grew rich from this. This changed when the Portuguese settlers tried to gain control of the mines. Rosvi fought against this for some time, though by 1629 the mines had fallen under Portuguese control. Nevertheless, Rosvi survived until the 1830s. Great Zimbabwe. One intriguing African mystery is the walled city of Great Zimbabwe, after which modern Zimbabwe is named. The massive stone structures were built of granite blocks between the 11th and 14th centuries, but nobody knows why or by whom. A Zimbabwe is a stone-built enclosure, of which there were many in Southeast Africa, though this was the largest and grandest. This is a 14th century bronze head of an Oni or king of Ife. He is wearing the headdress of a sea god. Ife was a kingdom that once bordered Benin. Index. Aborigines, page 3. Aka, page 4. Afghanistan, Seljuk Empire, pages 4, 5, 38, 39 and 44. Africa, European explorers 30 and 31, ivory trade 22, slave trade 22. See also individual countries.